welcome to Rewatch Party, where we're here to get turned.
Wait, Harrison, I think you mean turnt?
That's what I said.
No, that's not what you said.
Well, anyway, we're here for I'm Wild and Crazy.
I'm Mark Green.
Brand new.
I'm turnt.
I'm Harrison Bloom.
And I'm Zach Horowitz.
We have fun here.
We
We're
are
professional
off to a
podcasters.
great start.
We're very good at this.
Yeah.
So
We're very good at this.
we open up this episode of iCarly 2021 with a game of Never Have I Ever in Spencer's apartment. We're there. Everyone is getting turned except for Carly.
Everyone is getting turned.
People be
except
getting
for Carly.
turned.
Because, guys, Carly's never done anything. That's what this
Yeah.
episode's about.
That's not true.
She's
She
never done
hosted a
anything.
very successful web show in her teen years.
That's true. That is what's kind of funny to me about this whole
Yeah.
thing. Like, they're playing Never Have I Ever, and it's like, never have I ever gone skydiving, and some of them drink, and then Freddie says, like, never have I ever gone skydiving with triplets. And Harper drinks, and he's like, never have I gone skydiving with triplets naked. Or it's naked and then naked with triplets.
Yeah, I was
They
going
do
to
have
say.
triplets.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's
You
shameful
failed
that
us.
I got that wrong.
Very.
But yeah, like, Carly hasn't gone skydiving naked with triplets, but she was recently brought to court for multiple instances of assault on her doorman.
Like, there's that. It's
Never
like,
have I ever done a celebrity MMA fight.
Yeah,
Never have
I was gonna
ever
say.
been-
yeah.
Never have I ever had someone arrange a whole robot wedding that was just a front to marry me instead of the actual bride.
Yeah.
They were all there for that.
They were all there for that. Never have I ever broke into Disney Studios and found the frozen head of Walt Disney. Remember that
Wait,
episode of
what?
iCarly? Well, it's the
Huh?
Dingo Channel.
Oh my god.
They find out that
what?
do you not remember? They find
I
out
No, I
don't
do
that
not
remember
remember
this.
this.
they find out that a show on the Dingo Channel,
Yeah.
what could that mean? Has been stealing jokes from iCarly, so they break in and like sneak around to find the writers and accost
I
the
remember
writers.
this.
And Spencer's
Yeah.
like, well, I want to find the frozen head of
Right, yes, I remember
Stanley
this now.
Dingo, of Walt Dingo, and like they do, and like I think they do, and I think the leverage they have against the writers to make them stop doing iCarly is like, we'll let everybody know you have the frozen head of your founder here. I'm pretty sure that's how that episode goes.
I remember
So I
this
guess-
now. That was
Yeah.
I
episode
remember
was
now, yeah.
insane.
Yeah. So I guess Spencer kind of did that, but it's like, what? Like, Carly's never been through anything. She broke into Dingo Studios to accost some writers. Remember that time the three of you put on disguises to look like different people and went to a party at Kenan Thompson's house so you could talk to Tori Vega from Victorious? Remember
Oh my
that?
God.
You guys did a lot
Never-
of shit.
Never have I ever taken care of Harry Styles.
Never have I
Yeah.
ever had a penis parasite. That one was Freddy, but still.
Yeah, but anyway, Carly's never done anything except for all of that stuff,
Yeah, minus the penis parasite.
minus the penis
Yeah.
parasite.
That would be
Yeah.
really weird
That would be, yeah.
for multiple reasons. Because, like, it'd be really weird if, like, Freddy got one and then Carly. Like, it's really weird that it would be both
Yeah,
of
it
them.
would be. It's really weird that it's both of them. It's also weird because like Carly's so good about like hygiene and penis parasite prevention.
She talks about it every week on iCarly,
Yeah,
of course, in her penis
yeah.
parasite corner.
Yeah.
She brings
This
in
week's
Freddy as
penis
the expert.
parasite prevention pickup.
Or PP for short.
Every day, Freddie, you can hear Freddie crying on the iCarly stream while she talks about penis parasites.
Not just about penis parasites, just about his life.
Yeah.
God.
Because I was gonna say, like, do you think Freddie would be excited to like share prevention tips with people? Like, this happened to me. I don't want it to happen to anybody else. Or do you think he'd be crying all the time? But Zach, I like that you pointed out Freddie would be crying all the time for many reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because,
He has
I mean, you
many
know,
reasons
going
to
back to the
cry.
actual episode with after like the skydiving thing, Spencer's like, never have I ever been divorced twice. and Freddie
Yeah.
takes a drink.
Before 30.
Yeah, and then Harper takes a drink after before 30, and they're like, what? And she says, I just want to remind everyone that I'm not 30.
The breakup with Double Dutch is
Weird
hitting
flex,
her
but
hard.
okay.
Yeah, they do mention Double Dutch. Spencer is like,
do.
we know you've been going through a
Harper
rough
is-
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harper is the only person in the world who misses Double Dutch.
Yeah. I appreciate that they mentioned Double Dutch in this episode, thus following up on it, but only once, and nothing else was about Double Dutch.
Yeah.
I can't tell if maybe a better show would follow up on Harper's feelings post breakup, but I don't think it would be a better episode.
Absolutely.
I prefer that they
No.
don't
No.
talk about Double Dutch.
But so Carly, she is offended that
Yeah.
everyone thinks she's boring for having a very interesting
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. She lived in Italy for a long time.
Yeah.
For several years, yeah.
For several years, yeah. But yeah, they're like, you're stable, you're sensible, and there's nothing wrong with that. And she's like, I'm not stable and sensible. Would someone stable and sensible do this? And then she starts to drink her whole drink.
Yeah. And then she spits it out because Spencer, figuring that she wouldn't be drinking for Never Have I Ever, just poured a bunch of expired condiments into it.
Yeah.
Because he had those?
Yeah,
With
I
some
mean, I guess you
tequila.
gotta make use of them somehow.
Yeah, make use of
Yeah.
them. That what you're not wasting the booze on Carly, who's
That's
not going to
true.
drink it.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, on a third level, I really like that joke. I thought that was pretty funny. Just you never drink anyway. I thought I'd just.
Oh, I wasn't saying that it was a bad joke.
No, I know.
I thought I'd just throw in all the expired condiments I could find in my fridge.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I liked that joke quite a bit. I
was
actually
a good
liked this
joke.
episode quite a bit.
Yeah,
No,
it
it's
was
a good
fun.
episode.
Yeah. Not like the best episode, but very fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a good bit where it's like, yeah, I threw in all the expired condiments in my fridge and also a little bit of tequila. And then Harper's like, ooh, let me try. And Carly's like, no, don't do it.
Because she's sensible
Let me
and stable.
try. Yeah.
Yeah, only
Of course.
sensible and stable people would not want their friends to drink a monstrous cocktail of all of the expired condiments in Spencer's fridge.
Yeah, guys, if I had just a tall glass of sriracha and ketchup and duck sauce and I don't know, maybe a
Cranch.
salsa, cranch. Put
I
some,
think
at least get
mayo,
some
throw
ranch
some
in
mayo
there.
in.
Yeah, some mayo in there.
Yeah.
Some
If I
ranch
had
and some
that
ketchup. Make your own cranch.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
and some tequila. If I had that sitting in front of
So
me,
pour some tequila.
would you stop me? This is a true test of friendship.
I mean, how much you gonna pay me to stop you?
It's
I mean,
friendship.
Saving your life.
But
I'm in
here's
this
the thing.
for the money.
Friendship or memes. If I just watch you eat, because if I
Okay.
watch you eat that's a lifetime of memories.
By the way, Harrison, your friendship check should be coming in the mail fairly in the next couple days.
Oh, thank you, Zach. Thank
I
you.
also I also have a question though. So I like the argument for the memes. Is it just the memories of this funny moment, or are you taking pictures of this to post online as a reaction thing?
Oh, don't worry. I
Yeah.
wouldn't post
When-
them online.
When the salsa mayo goes down the wrong pipe,
God.
when the mayo
Salsa,
Keela,
Sriracha mayo Keela. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I wouldn't stop you. I would just want to see the chaos ensue.
Yeah, I would video it, but I wouldn't post it online. I'd keep it in a vault as blackmail material for when I need to steal your millions in the future.
yeah. If that photo came out 3-4 years ago, it's when I see the Sonic design in the trailer. Right. I don't know. That was just the first thing I thought of as a meme.
Yeah.
When Green Book on HBO.
Green Book on HBO.
Though that accurately describes how I feel when Green Book on HBO.
Yeah, that's right.
This is my go-to meme sketch. My go-to
Oh, yeah.
meme thing after that sketch.
That is how I feel when Green Book on HBO. Anyway, we go to the next scene. Carly's with Harper, and she wants to go out tonight and be wild. And Harper's like, that's not a good idea. she says that every friend group needs a Carly, needs a sensible one. And Carly's like, I don't want to be the sensible one. And Harper's like, well, I just want to be here and lounge in my robe and watch TV. And just kidding. And she rips her robe off and she's dressed to go out and party.
Fuck yeah.
That's what happens in this scene.
And then Carly is like, I'm going to rip my robe off too. And then she rips her robe off and she is not dressed to go party.
Yeah.
But she is wearing like a cool unicorn not sweater, a cool unicorn t-shirt. And the unicorn is dabbing.
Yep.
Boom.
You know, sometimes...
I just dabbed, audience. Sorry, I know you can't see that.
It's a
dab,
audio
dab.
format. Harrison dabbed. Oh my God, he's dabbing again.
He dabbed.
Oh my God, he's
God,
doing it
Harrison.
again. He's doing it. It's the
Dabbing.
fastest
Oh my God,
I've ever
he's
seen anyone
dabbing
dab.
so
Oh my
many
God.
times.
He's
Oh
dabbing
my
so
God, I
much,
didn't
he's
know
floating into the air. He's
I didn't
flying
know it was
away. He's
possible
dabbing
for
so
him to
much.
dab
Oh my
that
God.
much.
Oh my
I found the
God.
power of
Oh my
flight.
God. Well, Harrison's gone.
Harrison floated away. I guess Zach, it's just you and me right now. He was too busy
It's
dabbing.
just us. He's too
Goodbye,
busy dabbing his way to
guys.
space.
Bye, Harrison.
I'm dabbing to the next
Bye.
galaxy.
Oh
I'll
my God.
always
I
remember
see.
you.
I will give you a hearty salute as I watch you ascend to space.
As much as I'd love to imagine like the end of E.T. where we have to tearfully say goodbye to Harrison because he's dabbing so much he's going into space, I think we got to call him back. Harrison, come back. Stop dabbing so much.
Yes, my friend.
He just
I shall
stops dabbing
return.
and shoots back
I
down
have
to the
reached.
ground.
I have
Oh,
reached
he's back.
Nirvana
He's back.
during my travels. I have dabbed into the next dimension.
Mm.
It was incredible.
Yes. Can you share
Now
any
I'm
of this
ready to
wisdom
talk
with
about
us?
iCarly.
Is it more
Well-
important? Are memes more important than friends?
Memes are not more important than friends. But
Bullshit.
I still
Guys, we
totally
got-
would have let you drink that condiment.
We got maybe
That
part of a
condiment
character
cocktail.
arc in this episode.
Yeah.
Stay tuned next week.
See,
Will Harrison ever
this is
not let
why-
me drink
this
the
is-
condiments?
Wait, did I say memes are more important? I meant friendship is more important than the memes. But
Yeah, no, you said friendship is more important than memes, but you'd still let me
Yes.
drink it.
Yes.
So I'm saying
I
you
would still let
grew
you
to
drink
know to learn that friendship is still more important than memes. Maybe next week you'll learn to stop me from drinking the gross solution.
Maybe.
he learned that friendship was more important than memes, but still actively chose to make the wrong decision.
Yeah.
We all need a little bit of chaos in our lives. And I let
This
that
is-
happen.
This is
with-
just to
with
show
your-
you. This is just proving what I always suspected, which is that reaching enlightenment
Yes.
doesn't make you a good person. Sometimes it just makes you more of
Absolutely not.
a dick. You
Just
know
makes
what's
you-
right,
Oh
and
yeah,
you
I'm
choose
totally
not to
gonna
do
be
it.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm totally going to be talking about this all the time. I'm going to talk about it like it's my study abroad trip.
Yeah.
I'm enlightened now, so I actually understand. what I'm
Dabbing
doing.
changed
You know, I went. Harrison went to the dabbing dimension and came back with an accent.
A dab scent.
A dab scent.
Absent.
Beautiful. Mwah, chef's kiss.
Anyway,
But yeah, they're going out.
they're gonna go out, but before
And
they
Harper's
do,
like, hey, take this drug.
that's actually a
pretty
later
much.
scene because before they do, I just
Oh.
don't want to forget. This is one of those classic cases where I think those scenes should probably be put together, but they are split. Because guys, we go over to a beloved location from the original iCarly. Guys,
Yes, it's
Right.
back.
we at the Groovy Smoothie.
We're back
Groovy
at
Smoothie.
the Groovy Smoothie.
Hooray.
Hooray.
Spencer has purchased the Groovy Smoothie as Kevin's new office space. If you don't remember, I'm not talking about a character named Kevin who is going to use it as their office space. Freddy's app is called Kevin after Double Dutch's dog, and it's
Who
a
is also
therapy
named
dog.
Kevin.
Why does he still have that name?
Yeah, I don't
So
care. Double Dutch is
bad.
out of their lives. She's not going to get like offended if he renames it.
Yes, she will. Mark. Yes, she will.
Zach, you bring up a good point.
Yeah.
That double
Have
dutch
you
will
met
in fact.
Double Dutch?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'd underestimate double dutch like that.
Well, as Millicent points out later, underestimating young women only speaks poorly of ourselves.
Yes, I love that. That's in this scene, by the way. It's so good.
Yeah, we haven't reached it yet, but it's a really good line.
It's so good. Yeah, but Spencer has purchased the groovy smoothie as office space. I like that Freddy has the proper reaction of like, what? This isn't an office. And Spencer's like, well, we can make a restaurant / office. You can work in the back and be in the restaurant. And Freddy's like, I want to run an app. I don't want to run a restaurant. Also, another joke that I really liked, Freddy says, like, this place is right around the corner from where we live. Why did you drive me around in a blindfold for 2 hours? And Spencer says, oh, I had some errands to run.
He likes to pay all his utility bills in person.
Yeah. By the way, like, that is true. That's really good. But also, it's like, what happened? Do you think Spencer was like, I'm going to show you your new office space. Put on this blindfold. It'll be fun. Freddy got in the car. They drove for like 10 minutes. He stopped. Spencer spent like 20 minutes in the grocery store. And Freddy's just sitting in an empty car. Spencer comes back, goes back to his apartment, stops again, unloads the groceries. Like, they're definitely, if he's running errands, they're definitely not driving around for 2 hours. What does Freddy think is happening?
See, I have another thing as well. Why did Spencer blindfold Freddy to take him to his office where he would theoretically be going to and from every day? He should probably know how to get there.
But I assumed as a surprise. As like I got you this office space. I want it to be a surprise.
But you could have just like blindfold. Like, I guess it's around the corner, but like you could have just blindfolded him when you were getting close.
But it's around the corner.
But he spent 2 hours driving around doing errands.
No, I know. But driving around doing errands.
It's a location that he recognizes. So wouldn't it be a surprise if he?
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
And by the way, how else was Spencer gonna get Freddy to go on the errands with him?
He could have just asked.
But then Freddy would have said no. This is a perfect plan.
This is, you know what? You've convinced me. This is a perfect plan.
Spencer is a logical man who makes sense.
It's a logical man who makes logical decisions with logic.
Spencer is a normal and not at all silly man.
Not at all a psychopath.
So anyway, they're at the groovy smoothie. It's closed down.
It's closed down. It's been closed down for some time because of the giant rat problem.
Of course.
Yes.
But Freddy is going to have like a Zoom meeting with a man in Japan to bring over some dogs for Kevin. And Millicent speaks Japanese. Yeah. So she's going to translate.
And so Spencer asks, wow, you speak Japanese? And Millicent then says in perfect Japanese, underestimating young women, blah, blah, blah. To which...
Well, I really do. I did write down the line, and I do want to read it because I really like it. She says, like, of course I speak Japanese. When you underestimate young women, you only tell on yourself.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's very good.
Yeah.
And then Spencer's like, I don't know what you just said, but you didn't answer the question. Do you speak Japanese?
Which is such a Spencer answer. I love it.
Yeah.
Such a Spencer answer. Anyway, we go back to Carly and Harper getting ready to go out. Carly's drink is so sweet, like she can't even taste the alcohol. She's like, this is dangerous. I'm going to get turned tonight. She does, as we said in our intro, at one point, Carly does say turned when she means turnt. That was the joke. And Carly's like, so what's the plan? And Harper says, we just see where the night takes us. But also, part of the plan, Harper has a crazy new party drug, ACD. So they're gonna take drugs and go party. You know, watching iCarly when it came out in like 2008, did you ever think Carly was gonna do a club drug?
No, that's not something I even really knew existed. So
no, I thought that Sam would take the drug and then it would turn into like a huge anti-drug message.
That's
if someone was going to take a drug, it was going to be Sam. Let's be real.
Well, Sam definitely takes drugs with her biker gang, but like...
Mm-hmm.
I have one rebuttal to that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To if anyone's going to take drugs, it's Sam. Gibby!
Gibby, you're right!
Oh, Gibby...
Oh, he would definitely be the one. Yeah.
They would very easily peer pressure Gibby into doing drugs.
I feel like someone's gonna spike something of Gibby's and he's not gonna realize it, and no one realizes that Gibby's on anything.
Yeah,
and then until like the end of the episode where he just faints.
Oh my god! I don't mean to laugh at that, but the image is making me laugh.
Yeah, he falls down.
Yeah, if anybody's had some bad experiences with drug use, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But yeah, Gibby definitely falls down because nobody realized he was ODing.
Oh god.
I didn't mean it in like an OD way.
I know. I'm joking. I'm telling a joke. That's what we do here.
That's what we do on this podcast. We tell jokes and we undergo massive character growth.
Yeah. Like me going through enlightenment just to realize that there's no point in being a good person at all.
Maybe one day I'll learn to love Double Dutch.
That's true.
Maybe one day I'll learn to love.
Okay.
Wait, Zach, you've never felt love?
Next question.
I'm just checking, like no judgment. Have you ever felt like happiness?
So iCarly.
I only have one more question, and then I'll move on. Empathy?
So Carly and Harper go to the
bar. Well, slowly discovering Zach is a psychopath.
Hey.
Just uncovering Zach that I'm a sociopath.
Yeah.
Sociopath. Right.
I prefer the term sociopath. Or crazy person. You can use
crazy
either.
Person. Okay. We're going to crazy person.
Yeah.
All right.
They're interchangeable. Sociopath, crazy person, weird guy with an axe who shows up at parties and stands in the corner.
Oh, you got the axe I gave you.
Yes, thank you, Mark. Your friendship means the world to me.
That axe is really
Your friendship means the world to me. Do you need any like axe polish or anything? I know. I shouldn't. Your birthday's right around the corner. I shouldn't reveal the surprise.
I asked Harrison for a mask. It would really complete the look, but someone didn't want to buy a mask for me.
Hey, the mask store was running low on the kinds of masks I know you like. I promise you I will get it eventually. They just have to get back in stock. I already reserved one. It's gonna be great.
Is it a cool mask?
It's a really cool mask.
Zach needs to, if I know anything about Zach, it's that he needs to have a spooky clown mask.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't worry, this clown mask is very spooky.
Yeah. If all they have are like Iron Man and like weird like Donald Trump masks that they didn't sell in 2016, like you're not gonna get one of those. Not when you need a murdering mask.
Yeah.
You want like a
honestly
clown,
though, a Donald Trump mask would probably be a good substitute.
Yeah,
Am I right?
I feel like if
I'm not Harrison. I'm not actually gonna murder anybody. I'm just gonna threaten.
I feel like if I ran around with like with an axe in a Donald Trump mask, everyone would think it's a political statement. And I'm like, no, I just want to kill people.
Why do people keep getting so confused? Is it the axe? Do I need like a new thing?
Is it the axe? I bet it's the ass. I bet it's the ass.
I bet it's the ass. I bet it's your absolute dump truck of an ass.
Yeah, Carly and Harper go to the bar where Carly gave the bartender a fake number, but turns out it's actually her real number. She messed that up.
Carly is not good at this.
Carly's not good at this. She asks Harper what she should do next to be wild and crazy. And Harper suggests she says she could kiss a stranger. So Carly goes up to the first person she sees and says, "Hi, could I kiss you?" And he goes, "Sure."
And then they kiss. Like, they do some smooching.
Yeah. They do some smooching. What a response from that man. No questions.
Sure.
Yes.
He wanted some smooching.
Yeah, she kisses him and then immediately goes back to Harper and is like, okay, what next? And Harper goes, get in a bar fight? So she goes up to the guy and says, hey, could I fight you? And he says, no. So this guy has some sense in him.
Yes.
Yeah. He'll kiss a stranger, but he won't get into a fight with a random girl at the bar.
Yeah, he says no. So she goes back to Harper and says, well, he said no, what should I do? And she goes, throw a drink in his face. So Carly goes up to him and says, can I throw a drink in your face? And Harper just tells her, like, just throw it. I thought this scene was actually pretty funny. I liked the whole.
Yeah, this scene was really funny. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
She has to learn to be bad.
He's a very polite guy.
He's a very polite man. Carly steals all the bar. She steals the bar garnish tray. And then we move on to the next scene.
She gives back the olives.
The bartender does not care at all. He's just like mildly disappointed.
This is just like a normal occurrence for the bartender. He's like, oh, well, at least she was nice enough to bring back the olives.
Yeah. There's also there's no one in this bar. It's Carly, Harper, and one man. There are no other extras. Well, also the bartender, but there are no extras.
Right. Yeah, not really a wild, crazy night in this mall that they're at.
Yeah, they go to a mall, which I know when I'm like, I need to get out and get wild. I'm like, you know where I should go?
Yeah.
The place mall. With the Forever 21 and the Wetzel's Pretzels.
Yeah.
You know me, I love to get some pretzels when I'm having a good time.
Hell you know me, there's two things that I love, alcohol and Wetzel's Pretzels.
I mean, they did supposedly ingest drugs, ACD, and when you're high, the first thing you want to do is eat Wetzel's Pretzels, so
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's like, with also the Forever 21, it's like, I love drugs, I love Wetzel's Pretzels, and I love clothing for teenage girls.
Yeah.
Anyway, we go back to the groovy smoothie where Freddy's having his meeting, but Spencer comes in because he has a surprise. He found Tebow's old sticks in the back.
Why were they still there?
Yeah.
They were just hanging around. Well, to be fair, they are just sticks.
They are sticks, yeah.
But here's the thing I'm deeply disturbed by. Tebow loved those sticks. What happened to Tebow to make him leave them behind?
I was really hoping we'd get an appearance from Tebow this episode, and spoiler alert, we don't, which is very sad.
Yeah.
But he's coming. He was in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
true. Got Tebow back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I also like... Freddy says to Spencer, like, you didn't get any of the office supplies I asked you for? And Spencer says something about, like, where everything's digital now, Freddy. People don't need paper or pens. Get with the time. They need these old weird sticks that a man used to put food on.
Wait, I remember there was another thing. He found them, like, in the back, in the freezer, along with, like, another thing and a severed hand. And he was like, oh, yeah by the way, I should probably call the police about that.
Clearly the groovy smoothie was always just a front for the mob.
It was Tebow's murder shack.
Well, I think
it was his murder shack.
I think Millicent asks about squatters. Yeah, because Spencer's like, I found something in the bag, and she says squatters. So I think, guys, it's fine. The severed hand does not relate to organized crime. Someone was living there and they lost their hand. If he found it in the freezer, probably due to frostbite.
Here's my theory. Here's my theory. It's Tebow's hand. And Tebow's gonna come back and he's no, hear me out, guys. He's gonna come back, but he's gonna have like a hook for a hand. That he sells bagels on. He sells bagels, and that's why he left the sticks. He's got a stick on his hand.
I really like that. I really like that. I have one question though?
Yes.
What about a robot hand that like transforms into a stick?
I was gonna say, does it transform into a stick?
Yes, it does.
That was my first question, is does it transform into a stick? Because it's very important.
Yeah. Tebow shows up and he's like, great to see you. What about a handshake? And they're like, whoa, a robot hand. And he's like, that's not all it can do. He presses a button on his wrist and it goes. And then I just wanted to act that out for the listeners. And there's a stick with a bunch of bagels
very
on
important,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Tebow gets a phone call and he's like, he's like, hello, this is Tebow. and then it turns out it was just like an alert and the phone goes, and then he slips and falls down and it makes a big sound like,
he's a transformer.
well, it is a transformer hand, but it does only transform into a stick.
It transforms into three things. It's a hand, a stick, and a phone.
Well, my joke, or the joke I was trying to make, is that I'm doing sound effects for everything, but the only sound effect I know how to do is that one sound. So, like, my joke is he has a separate cell phone, but that's his ringtone.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, okay. Oh, and his ringtone is the sound of his hand turning into a stick.
Yeah, exactly. That's the sound.
Yeah.
I made the sound that's the sound of his hand turning into a stick. And then my joke was like, let me do more sound effects for you guys. You know what a duck sounds like? How about like the long drop, like when Wile E. Coyote falls off a cliff in Looney Tunes?
Do you think when Tebow like went and got like his robot hand, he specifically asked to have the stick function built in?
Yes, of course. Tebow knows what he's about.
Yeah. And it's about selling food on sticks.
I legitimately hope that he just has a stick business. Not even the food on sticks, just a stick business.
I think we've cracked the case, guys.
When you say stick business, do you mean like selling sticks for various purposes, or specifically buy these sticks to put food on them?
It's a good question. I think that is that you know how like NordVPN shills will like point out the Netflix thing every time they do an ad for it. Like you can watch it. Like he just heavily suggests that you use the sticks for putting food on for us searing.
Our sticks have many purposes. But
putting bagels on, putting donuts on, putting tacos on, putting pickles on.
Have you ever had a plate full of the same kind of food and thought, I wish this wasn't on a plate and was instead on something I could carry around easily? Put them on a stick.
Introducing the stick.
That's right. Put them on a stick.
Yep.
Hi, Billy Mays here for the stick.
Anyway, I think Spencer fully closes Freddy's laptop while he's having this conversation with Yusaku, a Japanese man.
The Japanese businessman.
Yep.
He has a name. I forget the name. But Spencer closes the laptop because this is more important. The needs of his restaurant are more important than his business call.
Yeah, Spencer wants to bring back the groovy smoothie. Millicent suggests that he not just put food on sticks, he should make it what he wants. And then we cut back to Carly and Harper. Carly is still bothering the same guy as before, but he finally says that he has to leave. He's like, okay, the last train going where I need to go is in like 10 minutes, so I have to go. And she's like, bye, thank you.
He's so polite.
He's a very nice man.
He's a nice guy.
He's a very nice man.
She threw a drink in his face, and he still stuck around for, I'm assuming, like several more hours.
Well, when we cut to them, she's like throwing things from the garnish tray into his drink. So he's just like, I know what I'm about. I'm here for you. I'm here for you to throw things at. It's fine. But now I have to go.
You kissed me once, so I'm fine.
You kissed me once, which means you're entitled to throw anything you want at me for the next several hours until I have to go home.
Fucking simp, am I right?
Also, we find out that off screen, Carly won $42 in an illegal craps game. And also, someone got stabbed during it. I just think it's important.
Yeah. The very nice man who got stabbed.
Yeah, so maybe Charlie did get
the same guy.
The same guy.
It's the same guy. He's just casually waiting for his train while he's bleeding.
While bleeding profusely.
He figures, you know what? It didn't hit anywhere important.
I'll probably be fine. Just gotta like sleep it off.
Yeah.
But looking for the next wild and crazy thing to do, Carly spies a tattoo parlor. Harper is wary. She doesn't really want to go through with it. She thinks it would be a mistake. But Carly wants to do it. She wants to get a bunny with a knife and a gun and two guns.
2 guns.
Which
I think sounds awesome. That sounds like a great tattoo. I don't know why Harper has a problem with it.
If I got a tattoo, I think like Kermit the Frog, surfing, also with a knife.
Yeah, the knife
3
is a must.
guns. He's like throwing the knife. He's got a gun in either hand and also one in his mouth. And that's it. You don't want to make it too busy.
Yeah.
You don't want to make it too busy. So that's my tattoo.
Yeah.
Mine would be like a cartoon knife, like a big knife with like a face on it and like cartoon arms and legs. And he's holding a smaller knife in one hand and a gun in the other.
Zach, can I just say I knew where that was going and I loved the journey still.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I think I'll have, you know what? I'm going to build upon Zach's. I'm going to have a gun with a knife in its mouth holding a bunny that also has a knife and 2 guns.
I actually really like that. I think that might be the best one. That might be my favorite. I'm not going to steal it because I have respect for you, but that might be my favorite one. I like the bunny with the knife and gun as well. I like that a lot.
Yeah, you gotta have the bunny.
He's got a little
knife.
pet.
Yeah, it's an adopted bunny being raised by weaponry. He's gotta be taught the ways of weaponry.
Compared to that, your Kermit the Frog tattoo sounds stupid.
The Kermit the Frog tattoo is also good. It does.
Just kidding, Mark. It sounds amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's beautiful. These are all very real tattoos we're gonna get, guys.
Yes.
So Spencer comes back into the groovy smoothie, unveiling his amazing plan. No more food on sticks. Instead, food on wheels. He's wearing roller skates.
Yes,
he's
wearing roller skates.
Cart. I think he put literal wheels
all
on
the plates
some
are
of the
on
plates.
wheels.
Yeah, all the plates are on wheels.
You heard of Meals on Wheels?
Meals on yes.
You heard of Meals on Wheels? This isn't anything like that, but wheels are involved.
This isn't anything like that because we took the phrase literally.
So there's like Heelys, right? The shoe with wheels.
Ooh, okay, you brought in the Heelys.
Like,
I'm interested.
Mealies?
What's the word for this?
Mealies?
Mealies.
Mealies?
Yeah, mealies. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It took a second. I was like,
I was saying it before you
There's
were
like a wheel on one side of the plate, but not the other, so we can do like a sick wheelie.
I really love that I said it before you asked what would that be called, and you were like, no, I need to think.
But I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
I know, but like I was.
Yeah.
Mealies is great.
No, I just really appreciated you were like so deep in thought about it that I was like, Harrison, I've got it. Let me help you.
We have fun on this podcast. I'm glad we came up with a great idea. Mark. Mealies.
We have fun. But yeah, so we love mealies. But you know who doesn't? Freddie.
Yeah.
Freddie says
he's very busy with his work call.
Freddie says, and I quote, "I don't have time for tomfoolery."
Yeah.
Come on, Freddie.
And Freddie says, and Spencer says something along the lines of like, "Okay, no, you always have time for tomfoolery. Maybe you don't have time for shenanigans, but tomfoolery, that's a thing you always have time for."
I think Spencer says, maybe I have it backwards and you're right. I think Spencer says like, "Oh, well, that's cool because these are shenanigans."
I like both versions. I don't remember which one actually.
I like yours better, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Freddie tells Spencer, "Leave me alone." He gets very angry at Spencer. He says, "You haven't done anything for me." Spencer says, "I pulled that rat off your back." And Freddie's like, "What? There was a rat on my back?" But Freddie tells Spencer to leave and just get out of his hair. And Spencer starts to leave, and then he trips and falls and spills food all over Freddie's laptop, ruining his chances with Mr. Yusaku.
Jesus Christ. This is the worst business call ever.
Yeah. I don't know at what point this was going well.
Did we even talk about the moment where you like Spencer like closes the laptop just
I think we brushed over it, but yeah.
Like
then just closes the laptop.
Spencer closes it. This is more important.
Yeah.
My restaurant idea is more important.
Yusaku is just like totally down for it. He's like the guy from the mall. He's just like patiently bearing with this bullshit constantly.
Yusaku has a can-do attitude.
He does.
And that's how he was able to succeed in Japanese business.
You know, as an animal shelter owner.
Mm-hmm. We go back to the mall/tattoo parlor. Carly got the bunny tattoo. It didn't even hurt. She's so drunk.
Because she's like, yeah, and it didn't even hurt. Probably because of all the drugs and alcohol in my system right now. And we're like, right, she took drugs.
Yeah.
Though it was at this point, and this is foreshadowing, but it was at this point that I started to realize I don't think Carly's acting drunk or high enough. She seems very coherent and sane.
Because I'm sure they do a very realistic depiction of drug use on iCarly.
Oh, yeah.
I meant more
if
like
there's one thing this show is known for.
A sitcom's idea of what taking drugs is like.
I know.
But then Carly has the wonderful idea of, hey, you see that fountain over there? Let's jump in the fountain. And she drags Harper into the fountain with her.
Yeah, I really appreciate that Harper does not want to get in the fountain.
She's very upset with how this night is going.
They're immediately confronted by a security guard. Carly says, what are you going to do? Put me in mall jail? Cut to them in mall jail.
Yep. It cuts to them in mall jail, and it's Carly, Harper, and this one like goth teenager who's next to them.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll break us out of here if you want. She's great.
So good.
Yeah.
But instead of breaking out, Carly suggests to pass the time she could do her Borat impression.
Yes.
Oh God, I was.
Yeah. And do you want to hear my impression of Carly's Borat impression?
Go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
My wife.
Mark, that impression of Carly's impression was, if I may, very nice.
But yeah, Carly says I can do my Borat impression. Warning, it's really great. And then she does the worst Borat impression ever heard. It's so good. I love
it's
that.
On the level of
episode.
It's on the level of J Money doing Barack Obama.
Yes. I think it was very good, but I think it would have also been very good if she's like, I'm gonna do my Borat impression, and then does a very good impression of a completely different person.
Oh yeah. Well, she was doing a different voice. What I did was not far off from what she actually did.
No, you were very good. It was very nice. My wife.
We're gonna do Austin Powers next.
Yeah, baby. They mentioned Dr. Evil in the last episode. It works.
That's true. $1 million.
Here's my Dr. Evil impression. $1 million.
That's a very good Dr. Evil.
Yeah, I know my impression was off. Can I try again?
Yeah.
$1 million.
That's good.
That was awful.
Wow.
Awfully good.
Yay! Anyway, Carly, after doing her terrific Borat impression, notices that her tattoo has washed off a little. And Harper tells her, oh, well, real tattoos do that when they get wet. And Carly immediately says, what do you mean real tattoos?
God.
This is when we get to the big twist.
That was all fake.
Yeah. She asked the tattoo artist to use temporary ink. Then the security guard comes in and says he needs
all the drinks that she had at the bar were non-alcoholic.
Yeah, he needs to do a breathalyzer. Yeah. And Carly's like, well, you better wait because I bet I'm going to blow above the top number. And she's completely sober. Yep. There's no alcohol in
no
any
drugs
of the
or
drinks.
alcohol. ACD is a multivitamin.
It's a pill for seniors.
Yeah, it's vitamins A, C, and D.
Yeah.
For seniors.
Yeah.
Oh, and the guy at the bar, the very nice man, is Harper's dentist, who does have a crush on Carly. But...
Yeah. Very, like, it's a whole thing where she's like, wait, that's your dad? I threw a drink in his face. And he's like, yeah. And Harper's like, yeah, that's what he gets for telling me how hot all my friends are while he's operating on my teeth. And it's like, what kind of dentist are you?
That's creepy anyway, but I feel like it's extra so creepy for a dentist because it's like he has his hands in your mouth.
In your mouth.
And he's like, your friends are really hot. He's just
like, could you imagine, like, your dentist, like, so, your friend, she's single? And you're just like, oh.
Jesus Christ. Well, you literally can do nothing. You're just sitting there.
Yeah, you're just lying there, prone.
So are your friends single? Do they need a dentist? Do they need someone to professionally stick their fingers?
Do they need someone to fill their holes? If you know what I mean? Their cavities?
What we're saying is that dentists are perverts. It's a sick profession. My dentist is very nice. I don't want to do that. My dentist is
any
nice.
dentists watching this can go fuck themselves and stop this podcast right now. We don't want your viewership.
Yeah, shout out to my and Zach's dentist. Harrison hates his dentist.
Yeah.
We all have, it turns out we all have the same dentist.
Yeah. But anyway, we go back to the groovy smoothie. We are just cutting back and forth between two locations this episode. Spencer made a list to figure out what he really wants to do, run the restaurant or help Freddy. There are a lot of reasons.
Pros and cons list. Yeah, he makes all the reasons for both. It starts with the restaurant where it's like, you know, I could run my own business. It could be a front for the Russian mob, and therefore I could be part of the Russian mob. There was a third thing that I forget that was also pretty good. Yeah,
he has a lot of reasons why he wants to run his own restaurant. The only reason he can think of to help Freddy is I don't want to let Freddy down.
I do like how for the restaurant it goes immediately from, oh, I could run my own business to I could be part of the Russian mafia.
I could be a criminal.
Yeah. I'll be honest, since I like take notes, so I was sort of in the mode of like, okay, do I write down all his reasons? He's going too fast. I'm not going to pay attention to any of them. So I kind of missed that. But yeah, that's very good. It's a very good.
The Russian mob.
Yeah, it's a very good jump.
But then Freddy was standing behind him and he's like, you just told me your thing. And he's like, I don't want to stop you. If you want to do this restaurant, you very clearly want to do it. So go ahead and do it. Because after all, you are a horrible business partner. Yeah. You bought a restaurant as my office space. Instead of a launch party for my app, you threw a funeral.
It's really so prescient. Bad. It's really good. I really like that at the end of the episode, Freddy comes around to, you know what? I'm better off without you.
Yeah.
You're bad at this. But he wishes Spencer good luck. And he says that the restaurant should express, you know, it should be a part of you. It should express you. And then they have like a brief conversation about where Spencer's like, you think bringing back something from the past but kind of changed is going to be good? And Freddy's like, it always works. They're talking about the show. They're talking about the TV show that they're on.
The show is good at a lot of things, but it's not good at being meta.
Yeah.
Correct. But we go back to Harper and Carly in mall jail. And Harper tells Carly, look, I faked all this because I knew that you wouldn't like a night out. So I didn't want to subject you to that. And Carly's like, oh, so it's because I'm your boring friend. I'm just your boring friend. And Harper says, you're not my boring friend. You're my best friend. You're the only one. I can't count on any of the people I go partying with. I can actually depend on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
And she says, you take care of me and I wanted to take care of you. So it's very nice. Also, we find out the other mall prisoner, the goth girl, she has a flare gun that she stole from her mom.
Yes. And she's going to use it to break out of mall jail.
Yeah. Rocky from Fuller House is really enjoying this episode.
Yeah. She's gone wild. But yeah, the security guard comes back and Carly gives him a scarf that she knitted because she's nice and dependable. She gives him a scarf for his daughter. She saw yet a photo, and he thanks them and lets them go. And then he immediately turns to the prisoner and says, "Honey, I have this scarf for you." The other prisoner is his daughter. It's so good. She says, "This is why I like Mom more." And she leaves. I love that. I love that it's his daughter and she's acting out.
If I may, she doesn't say like, "This is why I like Mom more." It's like, "This is why I hate you more than I hate Mom."
Okay.
Which is, I think, better.
Yeah. There's no love in her heart. She just hates them.
Yep. It's so good.
It's very. I love how like this mall cop just put his daughter in mall jail.
Honestly, I think the episode should have ended on that joke. That would have been so good. But instead, we have one more scene. Spencer has a new name for the groovy smoothie. He's now going to call it Bar F. Which, one, is a bad name. It's a bad name. And two, everyone points out, it's barf. That's what it is. He named it barf. Yeah. And he said he took out...
Funny.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I guess I shouldn't have taken out those ads."
Yeah.
Yeah, he says, like, if I may, with that, Mark, I think he says something online like, "Oh, I wish you told me that before I took out all those ads that say barf coming up soon. Why did I word it like that?"
Yeah. Yep.
But really, bar food, bar friends, bar fun, like that was your inspiration?
Yeah, that's his justification.
Terrible idea.
Yeah.
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 Well,
that brings us to Sad Boy.
Yep, that brings us to Sad Boy. I have two
Spencer.
contenders. Yeah. Spencer because
is high up on the list.
Spencer buys the dilapidated groovy smoothie, which has a giant rat problem. He completely fucks up all of Freddy's business things. He decides he wants to serve food on wheels.
It's just so
Meals
much.
on wheels. Mealies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mealies.
Yep. He finds a severed hand in the freezer.
Yep.
As well as Tebow's old sticks. Which, good and bad. And he decides he's going to run the groovy smoothie. Also, we should point out, Freddy says something to him about, like, obviously this bar is fulfilling something in you creatively. Spencer's an artist.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say also, I feel like everything in this episode with Spencer boils down to he is really bad at helping Freddy with his thing and instead just wants to run a restaurant, and he's very bad at both.
Yeah, he's terrible at both. He's bad at helping Freddy with business. I just wanted to, like, point out, like, both Spencer the character, but also, like, if the show wanted, Spencer could continue, like, being an artist, and that's also him being artistically fulfilled. It's very funny to me that his default, like, what he's been doing is making art, and Freddy's like, obviously you're not creatively fulfilled.
Well, maybe it just means that, he has, like, an ADHD brain. Like, he's no longer satisfied with just art. He needs to expand his canvas
into the culinary world.
The culinary world, yeah.
I just think that's a really funny way to phrase it when we know Spencer does a creative endeavor.
Yeah.
Spencer, you just need I almost wish it was like, Spencer, you just need a creative outlet. I'm an artist. What are you I wish Spencer was, like, offended. But yeah, Spencer is terrible. And in the end, Freddy's like, you are terrible at this. You're terrible at business. But maybe you could also be terrible at running a restaurant. It's very good. I love it. I also do want to put forward Carly, who decides she needs to be wild and crazy, ends up drinking a slurry of expired condiments,
takes quote unquote drugs and alcohol,
hard club drugs.
Yeah,
club drugs.
And
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Gets drunk on mocktails.
Gets drunk on mocktails. Bullies this one guy all night.
To be fair, that one guy doesn't really seem to mind.
That's true. It is true. But absolutely doesn't know how to be wild and crazy. Asks permission for everything she does. Gets a fake tattoo. Winds up in mall jail.
With a knife in its mouth and guns.
Yep. And
And then immediately
lest we
jumps into
forget
the
it.
fountain, which is like, yeah.
It jumps into the
Immediately
fountain.
jumps into the fountain. Turns out Harper tricked her. Carly never once was like, hey, are any of these things not real?
Hey, actually,
then she gets
the
thrown
guy
in
getting
mall jail.
stabbed still was real.
Yeah, the illegal
when we went
craps
over
game
that,
happens off
I
screen
was
is still real.
Yeah, when we went over that, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. The guy who got stabbed, the illegal craps game.
There's
that
a
was
real
real.
man who got really stabbed.
I think we could add illegal craps game to her case for Sad Boy.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we can also add gets thrown into mall jail.
Yeah, I was getting the gets thrown into mall jail,
Yeah.
and I think to cap it all off, the Borat impression.
The Borat
That's true,
impression
the Borat
is so
impression.
bad.
See, we went
Okay.
into it, and then the
Yeah.
more I think about it, I went into it thinking, oh, it's got to be Spencer.
Yeah.
But the more I think about it, the more
Oh,
I'm like, I
man.
think it might have to be Carly.
I don't know if
think it's
I'm ready to
Carly
give it to
for
her
me
yet.
as well.
Ah.
I understand.
Well, okay, then I guess
Spencer
she
is
wins,
very
but-
good. Spencer
Yeah.
is a very good choice.
I loved
But-
Spencer this episode,
Yeah.
but it
I
might have to
loved-
be Carly.
Yeah, I loved Spencer this episode, but just in terms of like being absolutely pathetic at every turn in a really dumb way, I think Carly.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna vote for Spencer as
Yeah.
as an honorary motion.
He deserves it.
I
Yeah.
respect it.
I respect it.
But anyway, yeah, I'm totally fine with Carly taking the cake for this one. She was sad.
Very sad.
This girl needs to have some fun.
Anyway, I think that's it for this episode.
There we go.
Harrison, you want to take us home?
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you want to find more of us, you can go to us at Rewatch Party Pod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Harrison Bloom.
I'm Zach Horowitz.
And I'm Mark Green.
And until next time, keep rewatching and eat all your food in wheel form.